which they celebrate on the third Monday in February. His actual birthday is on February 22nd. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Monday, February 16th, the 47th day of the year, 318 days remaining this 2026.
Well done, as always, General. No sound yet, but we're still working on that.
I think I can see Tyler's in the
All right.
remoted in.
I don't see Bender yet. Bender's usually popped on by now, but maybe
We can't hear us, so.
we'll have Bill Bender next. Morning Juice.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You don't want to start the new year off hurting. You don't want to start off the new year getting surgery. You don't want to start off the new year dealing with trying to plan something out into the future. What you want to do is get healthy. So what you want to do is go to my friends over at QC Kinetics. Dr. Tesner and his team, the medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Columbus, they can deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, back, shoulders, whatever it is, they can help you get ready. So instead of those invasive operations, it's going to sideline you all of the early year. Go check out our friends at QC Kinetics and see if they can help you today. Imagine moving better, being stronger, planning your year, doing what actually you want to do. So don't wait. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices located in Dublin and Gahanna, and they are ready there for your free consultation. So go check them out today.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we.
Brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together.
Established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice, and now we are joined by Bill Bender from the Sporting News. Bill, people have accused you of sabotaging things because we had no audio on YouTube until just now we got it. Ironically, when we get Bill Bender on, all of a sudden now people can hear us. Bill, Derek Carr came out and said that he would unretire for a chance to win a Super Bowl. Do you think any team with a chance to win the Super Bowl would employ Derek Carr?
Yeah, that's the problem. I think in the right setup, he could probably be a part of it. But I don't know, Bill, if anybody's looking him potentially as a long-term solution. I want to look at some of the things that happened over the weekend in the college game. Sacramento State, you're a guy who's an alum of the MAC. And the MAC, I would say, especially for mid-major conferences, group of 5 or 6 teams, has been the most consistent over the last 55, 60 years. They've added some teams have come and gone, and in Northern Illinois or Marshall or Temple, but really the core of the Ohio, the directional Michigan schools, and Ball State have always remained the same. Now all of a sudden you have Sacramento State, which, I thought it was a joke when I first saw it, and apparently it is not.
No, it's hypocritical, not of the MAC, but of college football in general. When we talk about travel and expenses and trying to, have concerns for those kind of things with student athletes, and then you add Sacramento State because, obviously Ohio or Miami or Toledo has a natural rivalry with Sacramento State. And then you have Northern Illinois leaving for the Mountain West Conference. It doesn't make sense. I think the most out-of-place member of the MAC in my lifetime is there was a short period of time where UCF was in the MAC, yep. And you would go to an Ohio game and be like, people would be like, who is UCF? Where are they from? Whereas, it is a move that doesn't make sense. If you were Sacramento State, why not just go to the Pac-12 or the Mountain West Conference, where geographically it makes much more sense, but college football doesn't do that anymore.
Bill, do you have any idea what the Sacramento State nickname is?
No.
I
know that.
No clue.
It could be a MAC rivalry.
Spiders?
They're the Hornets.
So I did see there was a obvious pun with Ball State and Sacramento State that I don't think I can say. And they were talking about how that rivalry was going to be.
That's for the podcast.
Natural rivalry, again.
There we go. That's a good way to put it. As you are, the quarterback situations are always going to be at the front of the conversations, and there's teams that are looking for new ones, teams trading for new ones, teams maybe sticking with what they got. Do you think, let me ask you this, in the AFC North, outside of Jackson and Burrow, who will be the starting quarterbacks for the Browns and the Steelers in week 1, you think?
Well, I think Aaron Rodgers will come back. I think he'll draw this out. He'll make it what Aaron Rodgers normally does, like Brett Favre used to do, and I think he'll come back for one more year. If he doesn't, their quarterback situation becomes much more wide open. And whether it's Derek Carr or somebody through the draft, I've seen mock drafts with Ty Simpson to the Steelers. I don't think that probably doesn't inspire a ton of confidence, but that's one that could probably happen. The Browns, even more wide open. I would, if you're asking me for an answer, I would say Shedeur Sanders, and I'm not very confident in that answer because Deshaun Watson or they could get into the draft. I've always thought a makes sense quarterback for the Browns, and if the Falcons move on for him, why wouldn't you just sign Kirk Cousins? It's not going to be great, but Kirk Cousins is a solid veteran. This was a franchise that started Joe Flacco to start the season last year.
Pro Bowler Joe Flacco.
Well, my bad. But Kirk Cousins is better than Joe Flacco, at least in my opinion.
I don't disagree with that. If you're the Browns, Bill, are you wanting to just be better? Are you wanting to try to actually win, long term with this? They've got some draft capital this year. Is putting – I guess the NFL has changed a little bit because nobody wanted those bridge quarterbacks, but teams have won now Super Bowls with, quote, bridge quarterbacks, and being the most recent, Sam Darnold, who became kind of a bridge to probably a permanent QB. Is that the new methodology of maybe finding guys who were moved on from too soon?
Well, a couple playoff teams. Sam Darnold's one of those stories. Baker Mayfield is another one.
Yeah.
I think Tampa Bay has a decision with him, but he's played well enough to get them into the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years at Tampa Bay. So I think you bring in a guy like him. Sam Darnold, you'll see teams, are we going to follow the Sam Darnold model? It certainly helped the defense he had behind him. And having Jackson Smith and Jigba, the NFL Offensive Player of the Year, to throw to. So in some ways, yes. But I think it's just another lesson that in the NFL, the old way used to be, I remember a time when Carson Palmer sat for a year behind John Kitna, and we just don't do that anymore. And for quarterbacks to make the jump from college to the NFL, Sometimes it takes a little time. And then with Sam Darnold, he's got two pretty good organizations behind him the last 2 years. He did well in Minnesota, too.
Bill Bennett with Sporting News joins us right here on Morning Juice. And, Bill, the Big Ten circulated a 2014 playoff proposal again. Their thoughts on that, where they would eliminate conference championship games. Do you think within the next 5 years we will have a 2014 playoff with no conference championship games?
Unfortunately, if I had to guess, I would say probably, because it's all about TV and it's all about making up the money that will be lost from the conference championship games, which have lost value in this setup. I just don't think the conference championship games marry well with a double-digit team playoff, and it's not going to work. So I looked at that bracket, and I don't love it. I think it waters down the regular season, which is obvious, and you have teams like, Iowa, for example, and I'm not picking on Iowa, but a 4-loss Iowa team probably doesn't deserve to be in the college football playoff if we're rewarding excellence. If we're rewarding, hey, let's just throw a bunch of teams out there, it is more football, but I don't love it.
Yeah, it's interesting to see with that. I mean, we've watched a couple of these bowl games get shuttered and everything, Bill. Is this the beginning of the end for the bowls with all that?
I'm hoping that it's the beginning of maybe tightening bowl season up. Like, we can still have bowl games, but and we talking about the MAC again. I mean, I remember a time when the MAC only had, it was a big deal, I think my junior year of college, when the MAC got a second bowl bid. And now you have 5 and 6. And I'm not picking on the MAC by any means, but if you had maybe the top 4 teams in the MAC and those bowl matchups are better, and I understand it's an opportunity for a lot of teams, but I think we handed out too many trophies there. And, you tighten that bowl season down to like 20 to 25 bowl games, then the matchups will be better. You'll get more games like BYU and Georgia Tech last year, which was fun. Texas, Michigan, a lot of people watched that, several other games. So, I think we tighten it up a little bit, but it could be. I mean, these were that Detroit Little Caesars Game Above Sports Bowl, however many names it had. I mean, it had existed for a long time.
It definitely had, yes. I'm more like you, Bill. I hope that they streamline it more to where we have better matchups, better reasons to watch games than versus, it's Big 12 6 against whatever, MAC 9. Not on the MAC, but yes. Yeah, that's what I look at it, though. The switch gears real quick, and this is not, I believe, your area of expertise, but college basketball. Big game this past weekend. Miami and Ohio University played. They were flexing to an ESPN national game, and Miami stays undefeated. Do you think the MAC should or will get 2 bids in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think Miami should be auto bid. And again, I think the last time that the MAC had 2, it was my freshman year of college when Miami had Wally Zerbiak. And
you're right.
Kent State also got in that year.
Yep.
So not only do I think Miami, I can't believe I have to say all these nice things about Miami, but I'm going to.
Battle of the Bricks.
One, not only did they get both teams in, but Kent State played well that year. Miami had Wally. He took them to the Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that Kent State team a few years later that made the Elite 8 was a 10 seed, like Miami was a 10 seed. I think this Miami team is like, if you put them in an 8-9 seed, that's almost a disservice because you're saying you're going to have to play a 1. I think they should be at least a 7.
So do I. I had to argue with Reeser on. We argued every week. I'm saying, look, if Miami loses one game and it's in the MAC tournament, then there's going to be 2 bids in the MAC. They should be. They deserve it.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to fall to a 10 if they lose one game, which is absurd. So, they've got shot makers. They took it to Ohio on Friday night. That's a really excellent basketball team under Travis Steele, and they should be respected as a number 7. And, maybe I'm a little bit of a MAC homer, but I just think when I watch the basketball team, they're pretty darn good.
This year, the Big Ten finally wins a national championship.
They have some good swing. Well, I would ask you guys back, how many of these Big Ten teams do you think actually can win the national championship? I think obviously Michigan's very good. They'll have their chance. They've got 9 guys that can put the ball in the basket. I think Illinois could at least get to the Final Four, and Michigan State's got I've just learned to trust them in the tournament. I know they're going through a dip right now, but they still have very good point guard and Jeremy Fears. So, I mean, those three, and do you think Purdue could finally break that drought? Do you think Nebraska could? I think Nebraska is really good. I think they could get to the Final Four, but I mean, Michigan's probably their best bet to do that. And you just never know when you get in the tournament. And the Big Ten's had such a bad run of luck in some of these title games that you can't take it for granted.
Yeah, Bill, you're right. Michigan's the best bet. Illinois is a matchup nightmare for some teams, which is why they could make their run. Michigan State, because of Izzo, and because we always just trust Izzo's got a formula somehow. You know what I mean? And who knows with Purdue? Purdue's got talent. They're one of those teams that they could beat anybody, but I think they could be beaten by almost anybody as well, if that makes sense. I think that's what Purdue's at there.
No, and I think we're set up for an awesome tournament. I mean, besides Michigan, I mean, I could go. The difference between this and the college football playoff this year is I think you can go double digit. The four of us could list 10 teams right now that could win it. No, I think Houston could win it. I think Duke could win it. I could go. I mean, North Carolina just beat Duke. I know they're a little bit lower, but who knows? I think it's going to be a lot of fun. This tournament is going to be outstanding because it has so many good teams that are fun to watch.
Bill, you're the man. Thanks. Appreciate the time, buddy. We'll talk again next week.
Hey, anytime. Thanks for having me on, guys. Have a great week.
You bet. That was Bill Bender, Sporting News, joining us there. Coming up next, Quick Hitters, Morning Juice.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at mda.org today.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here. And I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We built a brand new studio just for Bobby, and Tito has already ruined it just by being here.
I'm pregnant.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice on a Monday. Time for Bodie to steer the ship.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, fellas, happy Monday. We'll start with the National Football League here. Among the 18 teams that missed the playoffs this past season, who is most likely to get back into the postseason next year? Mike Jones of The Athletic ranked them from 1 to 18. One of our two Ohio teams was very up near the top. You could probably take a shot in the dark at which one it was. At number 1, he had the Baltimore Ravens. At number 2, the Detroit Lions. And then coming in at number 3 was the Cincinnati Bengals. Jones writes, okay, this team did receive top billing in last year's projections on teams that would most likely rebound into the playoff form. But Joe Burrow's 9-game injury absence and a porous defense derailed Cincinnati's season. If healthy, Burrow, who went 5-3 as a starter this past year, will help significantly elevate the Bengals, as will a free agency and draft devoted to fortifying the defense. Given that I don't know how much of a plus this is, but nevertheless, given that the rest of the AFC North is starting over at head coach, the Bengals should have a leg up on the competition.
Oh, yeah.
Rounding out the top 5 was Tampa Bay and then Kansas City. Among the 18 teams, the Browns came in at number 12. Carp, Ravens, Lions, 1, 2. Probably not a huge surprise there. Bengals at 3, maybe a little bit of a surprise.
No, I think you look at, they've got an MVP quarterback. You've got great receivers. You got great talent. Like, injuries of what derailed them, and that's what's happened to the Bengals the last couple of years. Look at Detroit and Baltimore, teams that underachieved. One will have a new coach. The other will return with Dan Campbell, but they had 2 new coordinators last year. I mean, when you see teams at the top of this list that are going to be significantly better, it's usually teams that have injury issues down the stretch, kind of fell apart a little bit, barely missed the playoffs, had big aspirations, and teams that people view are still in that window to be able to win. And I think that those teams that you mentioned, the 2 above Cincinnati and Cincinnati included, are probably all in that now. Cincinnati still has some work to do to handle their defense and help their offensive line a little bit. But, should they be able to address those things with any type of competence in the draft or in free agency, hopefully that'll help alleviate those issues.
When I look at it, Bob, though, okay, so, this is, we're in February talking about stuff that'll happen a year from now as far as it's all said and done. But I was surprised that Kansas City was ranked below Cincinnati. Only because I have more faith in Reed Mahomes' organization than...
They have a lot of other issues, though.
They're older, no doubt. They need a running back. They need another outside threat. They need those things, no doubt about it. But I just have a better belief, though, of Reed Mahomes overcoming that more than any kind of disturbances, any kind of adversity the Bengals might face.
Yeah, but there's just more issues with Cincinnati or with Kansas City at this point. You start talking about their offensive line. They still need to retool that. Defensively, they're getting older. Like, they have a problem. I mean, Cincinnati ripped the Band-Aid off. Kansas City is getting older, and they've got to make decisions on a lot of players. And Travis Kelce's probably one of their better offensive weapons, and he's 36, 37 years old.
It feels like 3 or 4 years ago, Bob, the Chiefs might have been a destination for veterans who want to win a ring.
Yeah.
It's not that it feels like that's not the case anymore.
I think that maybe not as much, but I think there still probably is an element of you're going there with what many people consider as the best quarterback in the NFL. You've got a great offensive coordinator, and so you're somebody that could go there to finish up the final year or 2 of your career. I still think that there is that appeal and that allure to play with someone like Pat Mahomes in an Andy Reid offense.
Mark Schlabach of ESPN put together his way too early 2026 All-America team for this next season in college football. He did just the first team, so not a second and third team. But nevertheless, we had one Buckeye make the cut. It'd take you about half a second to predict who that is. That is, of course, the wide receiver Jeremiah Smith. He had him as the top wideout along with Cam Coleman at Texas, who went over there from Auburn this offseason. A couple more news and notes here from the team. He also listed a couple other under consideration behind each of the first teamers, so I guess he kind of did put a sort of a second and third team together. But nevertheless, Julian Sayin was also under consideration at quarterback. Luke Montgomery at offensive guard. And then as far as opponents go, it was absolutely littered with Ohio State opponents, most of them coming from one team. Among the guys that Ohio State will face this fall, actually, it was Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
They got a few on there.
They got Arch Manning at quarterback, like I mentioned, Cam Coleman.
It's amazing how everybody's just leaned back into him again.
Why not? Snip, snap,
I mean, he was better at the end of the year.
Do you know who his uncle is?
Fool me once.
I understand that. I understand his last name. and genealogy. But
he was better, but
not
bar
great.
to clear. I still don't know that he was ever playing well outside of maybe moments in games.
I had an NFL scout saying he better change his last name.
Okay, there's 3 names on this thing. Arch is a starter, also considered Dante Moore, Julian Sand. Out of those 3, who do you think is the best college quarterback?
Right now?
Right now, is it Arch Manning, Dante Moore, or Julian Sand?
Not to say either Dante Moore or Julian Sand. I mean, based upon what I've seen, Julian's accomplished the most. Dante's played a little more, and he's probably a little more dual threat and versatile. I mean, but I can't put Arch in the category with those 2 other guys.
None of the 3 of us say Arch Manning's one, right? Among those 3. He's third.
I think clearly, too.
Yeah.
I would have no more debate between Moore and Sand as 1, 2. I would put Trinidad. I would rather have Trinidad Chambliss, I think, over Arch.
I think I would too.
Call me a homer. I'd rather have CJ Carr over Arch.
That's a homer.
Based off how they played this last year.
I looked at it, Bob, because whenever Bodie puts a story in here, you got to look to see the Notre Dame angle. I thought there'd be 3 Notre Dame guys on the list. There's one who was a starter, so it was equal with Ohio State. So kudos to you, Bodie, for that level of decorum.
Thank you, Tito.
Yeah.
Other Ohio State opponents on the list: Carter Smith, offensive tackle from Indiana; Cade Piper, the center from Iowa, and then still had 3 more Texas players along with Arch and Cam Coleman. Had Trevor Gooseby, offensive tackle for the Longhorns; Colin Simmons, the edge rusher; and then Rasheem Biles, the linebacker. Also had John Henry Daly. You guys got 3 first names. Defensive end from Michigan; Amori Washington, defensive tackle from Oregon; and then I hope I'm saying this right. Coy Parrish, the safety who I believe was at Minnesota. He's now at Oregon. So got 1 Buckeye on the list.
Coy. I think it's Coy Parrish.
Coy Parrish. Yeah. Okay, there you go.
The fish.
1 Buckeye on the list, and then a bunch of Texas guys and several other opponents there. To the NBA here, the man they call the point god, Chris Paul, he announced his retirement from the NBA this last week here. Drafted 4th overall by the New Orleans Hornets in the 2005 NBA draft. CP3 would quickly establish himself as one of the game's best players in this generation. 21 seasons, 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defensive Team member, and frankly, he's kind of a part of a dying breed, or a true old-school run-the-offense type of point guard there. He retires having recorded the 2nd most assists and steals all time behind only John Stockton. One of this generation's greatest players, and unfortunately, Tito, he joins the list, and he's probably pretty high on it amongst best players to have never won a championship.
Yes. Made over $400 million in his career. Good for him. You're right. But we said dying breed, though, when it was kid. It was oh, this might be it. Or Nash. This might be the last one of these. Paul might be. Paul, look, I know he'll be I know he's a Hall of Famer. That's fine. But.
Here comes the smear.
It's not a smear, Bob.
Then what are you going to say? Everything before but doesn't matter at this point.
He cost me money.
Okay.
Oh, well.
I was in Vegas when he was at Wake Forest, March Madness. There was
against him.
I bet with him, and he let me down.
Oh, so betting on Wake Forest might have been
were
the
really good
there.
back then. They were really good.
They've never won, though.
They never have. They've had Tim Duncan walk through that door. They've had Chris Paul walk through that door. Chris Paul was really good in college.
So was Tim Duncan. They never won anything with him.
I know.
I don't even know if they ever made a Final Four with Tim Duncan. They were number 1 seed multiple times.
Yeah, that's a great question, Bob. I'm going to look that up. I don't know if they ever did or not. Are you a Chris Paul fan?
Okay, so here's the thing. I've gone full circle on this. I loved Chris Paul. And then I heard some stuff about how he was kind of a jerk to his teammates and maybe not the best dude to be playing with.
Right.
But now I'm back on I enjoy Chris Paul. I mean, the Chris Paul, Cliff Paul commercials were always great. I enjoyed that. What's amazing is how the landscape of the NBA could have been changed if I think it was Donald Sterling at the time vetoed the trade of
Donald
him.
Stern.
Or
David Stern.
David Stern.
This is the old guy. This is our rest home conversation.
He ended up playing. Well, he ended up playing for Donald Sterling in the Clippers.
Yes, he did.
He went to L.A.
Yes, they were trying to get him out of New Orleans into the Lakers, and David Stern said no.
Yeah.
Donald Sterling said yes.
Yes.
Come on out here and play for us. And if he didn't, that would have changed dramatically the landscape of the NBA, because that was probably 15 years ago now?
At least
12. I mean, it was
11, 12, right?
It was a long time ago, and he was in his prime. You would have paired him with Kobe and as a distributor and a spot-up shooter. Like, feels like that would have been a pretty good pairing.
Chris Paul also, I think, if you replayed his career 10 times, I think he gets a ring, at least a few. He had some. They had. I mean, the Clippers are kind of cursed, to be honest with you. They had some bad luck there when he had some injuries. Blake Griffin got hurt when he was one of the, I would say, 4 or 5 best players in the league there for a couple years. Then he goes to Houston, and in 2018, when the Rockets famously missed 27 straight three-pointers in that Game 7 over Golden State, Chris Paul didn't play in the last couple games of that series due to a hamstring injury. With all due respect to the Cavs, the winner of that series was absolutely going to beat Cleveland. Golden State ultimately did, and I think Houston would have as well. And then they were up 2-9 in the 2021 finals when he was on Phoenix against the Bucks. Now, they blew the series. They lost 4 straight games or whatever, but, man, it feels like he was – if things could have gone just a little bit differently, a couple different points. I'm not saying he was going to have 3 or 4 rings. But
he was a runner-up for league MVP.
CP3?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was great, man. I was looking through it yesterday as I typed this up. I mean, he was like top 5 or top 6 or 7 MVP half a dozen times. Like, he was absolutely one of the best players. He was never like the best player. He was clearly behind the LeBron and Steph and, Kobe and a lot of those guys, KD, but he was consistently right in that next tier.
05 is when I hated him. They lost to West Virginia in the second round. They were the 2 seed, lost to the 7 seed. 111 to 105. I think it was in double overtime.
Okay, I was gonna say, man.
Yes, that was the one where I started to hate Chris Paul because I remember watching. Remember ESPN Zones, Bob? ESPN Zone. There's one in Vegas, and I was there watching it at one of the tables when that happened. Not happy.
You like going places to watch stuff. That sounds terrible to me.
What do you mean?
Like sitting in a public venue, having to sit there and wait.
We just sit in the sports book and watch it.
I understand that.
It's like, it's time
I'm saying being in any of those places sounds terrible to watch things.
No, dude.
By the way, the trade, that was 2011, so it was 15 years ago.
Okay, people bring up that trade. I think the Lakers were better off with the other trade.
How about Chris Paul?
No, I'm saying not for him. I don't know if the Lakers, though, if you have Chris Paul and Kobe, I don't know if that's a championship team. I think you still have to have.
They were. You said 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, they were coming off the title.
But
and
I'm saying
add
though,
CP3 to that.
But instead of that, they made the trade for Gasol, right?
No.
I thought Gasol was after.
Gasol was already there.
They had Gasol for 3 years at that point.
There was Gasol. Who was involved in the trade then? The trade they rejected. Then who was involved in it?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that. But he would have been joining Powell and Kobe.
I thought. Okay.
It would have been a good squad.
Yeah.
Then I stand corrected. Because I thought that Gasol was not going to be part of the team with Chris Paul.
He trails only Vince Carter for longest NBA career without a championship.
Oh, maybe they. You know what? As you say that, you might have been right. They might have been shipping Gasol out in that deal.
Okay,
but he was already there. They already won 2 titles with Gasol at that point. Him and Kobe.
Lakers would have gotten Chris Paul. Hornets were going to get Lamar Odom, Kevin Martin, Luis Scola, Goran Dragic, and a first-round pick.
Kardashian, was she in?
Yes.
Goran Dragic, wow.
He was good.
Yeah.
That's what it was going to be.
And that was it? Gasol wasn't in that?
Gasol wasn't in that one, but then... Okay, but then when was the... So that was on it was December 2011 when that happened. When did the Gasol trade happen?
Gasol went there in like 08.
Did he really?
Yeah, he played against the Celtics in the 08 finals, and then he was on the team in 9 and 10 when they won.
You're right, 2008, yeah. All right.
Don't question NBA Bodie.
Look, and Basketball Bob on that front, too. I was third in this one. Coming up next, originally T said Buckeyes men lost, Buckeyes women win. We'll hear from the coaches, but unfortunately, Buckeye women blew a 19-point lead. We will hear from both Jake Diebler and Kevin McGuff next. Morning Juice.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. In football, a quarterback needs protection, time in the pocket to make the big play. In business, your pocket is your cash flow. Without the right protection, pressure can come fast. A great banking partner is like your O-line, pancaking your problems to keep you marching down the field. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses protect the pocket.
Thanks, Bobby. At Riverside Bank, we help you guard what matters most, with cash management, flexible credit solutions, and fraud protection that keeps your business upright and moving forward.
That's right, Chuck, because whether you're running a small shop or leading a regional enterprise, protecting your pocket is how you stay in the game. Come see us at Riverside Bank, and we'll help you play to win. Look for our new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Ms. Fernandez, what are those tiny things?
Those are what we call amoebas. You can only see them through a microscope.
Wow.
Today's students are tomorrow's great thinkers and innovators. But right now, there's a funding crisis in public schools. Millions of kids go to schools that don't have funding for books, computers, and so much more just because of where they live. You can help change that. Donors Choose is a nonprofit that lets you support students and teachers in your community and beyond. You choose which supplies to support. You could provide first graders with pencils and paper, or other students with their first chapter books, help a music class get a guitar.
You could even supply a classroom like mine with a science project. But what you're really giving is the moment that sparks a brighter tomorrow.
To learn more, please visit DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. Choose students. Shape the future.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bob, you're heading on the cruise. Leave tomorrow. When do you return? When do you return to the States?
Week after.
Okay. You realize what Friday, February 20th is, right?
This Friday?
Yeah, good call. Spring training baseball games.
That
Yankees,
sounds terrible.
Orioles, White Sox, Cubs, Royals, Rangers.
Oh, they get thrown off a bridge.
Diamondbacks, Rockies, Padres, Mariners. I know you're excited.
Great.
Thrown off or voluntarily jumped off? Like, what's...
I don't know. Maybe like I would probably voluntarily.
Okay.
If I didn't have somebody there to assist. Without Dr. Kevorkian, we could still get the job done.
So if somebody walked by and you're like, hey, can you give me a push? And they said no. You're like,
Okay.
all right, I'll do it myself.
We're going to test it now, Bob, because I want to make sure. I think we're going to test this now, how old you are. Bodie, did you get the Dr. Kevorkian reference?
No, I had no idea what that
There you
meant,
go, Bob.
but-
Now you're old, Bob.
Oh, I mean, I could have told you that. That was back when I was like 7 or 8 years old.
Okay, I'm just saying.
He wasn't even close to being
You
born.
threw a Kevorkian reference out there.
Yeah.
I throw a lot of old references, too. I'm saying you and I are more alike than you want to admit, Bob. So
How old are you, Bodie?
29.
Don't do it. Good, Bob. Let's go.
How old are you set off?
I'm 54. Let's play the
Yeah.
game.
Slightly closer to you than him.
Yes, you are. See? 2 peas in a pod. Step brothers. Bob, the Ohio State men
I'm not calling him dad.
had a big lead against Virginia.
Roundhound his ass.
Would have been a nice win over a ranked team down in Nashville. And instead they, look, they didn't have Mobley. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
For Ohio State, all the stuff I've said and gotten ripped for, but all the stuff I've said is that Ohio State has the DNA for a Sweet 16 team, but a lot of things have to go right. And one of them is everyone's got to stay healthy. That's a big part of it. Everyone's got to stay healthy. You can't, especially you can't miss someone like Mobley. So they lose yesterday, or on Saturday, put up a great fight. Here is Jake Diebler talking about the fact it was a tournament-like environment.
Yeah, that was part of the design. I mean, I thought the energy in the place was really good. You know, this is an NCAA tournament style arena, right? And so when Coach and I talked about this game, those were the aspects we talked about and how this could be valuable. We both, anticipated these teams being good, this being a really good game and being a great opportunity for both of us. But being able to simulate that type of atmosphere was part of the equation. So I think in that regard, it was a good experience for everybody.
Wasn't a game that I thought Ohio State necessarily would win. I didn't count this as one of the ones they had to win to get into the tournament.
When you're watching it, you start psychologically putting it in the bank when they're winning.
That's
late in the game.
That's part of the problem. Because if you look at the rest of the schedule, as we've talked about, it's loaded, man. And they still have plenty of opportunities.
And that game was, it's the 15th ranked team in the country.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
let's not pretend like you're playing some
throwaway game up in
game.
Rochester. That was a surefire quad one win. Wouldn't have been like Northwestern where it's like quad one day, not quad one the other day.
Quad one-ish.
Yeah.
One-ish.
And the problem is, though, is like, even
the
though they
lights
still
on.
have more opportunities the rest of the way here, like they're going to have some where they probably just don't have it, right?
Yeah.
Like you host Purdue, you go to Michigan State, probably a couple of those games, like you're just probably not going to have a shot to win. And that's fine. But Saturday night you did.
Yeah.
And it let it slip away. When they went up 59-53, I think it was, middle of the second half, and I think Thornton hit a three-pointer to put him back up 6.
One of
it
his
was like
28.
I mean, he was fantastic. Bynum played well, and then after that, it was kind of a bunch of blah. But when they went up 6 with 10 minutes left, and that's not like some insurmountable lead for Virginia or whatever, but it was like, okay, they got off to a great start.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of relatively quickly blew it.
Right, yeah.
But then stabled the ship, got back up 6 halfway through the second half. It hit a point where it's like, okay, this is sort of must-win territory.
Like, we're here.
Yes.
We're on, like, the doorstep. Like,
Yes.
we've gotten this far. Bill Parcells would always say this. He's like, you got to where you need to be. Now go finish it. Like, you did the hard work. You have a 2-possession lead with quarter-ish left to play in a game that you
need.
It would be really nice to have.
It's getting to the point where it's need.
Yes.
Let's call it what it is.
You've done all this. It's not like you're down 10 with 4 minutes to go and you need some sort of Herculean comeback. Let's manage this thing to the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just nurse this thing to the end. And I'm not saying play not to lose, but just play smart, play efficient, and find a way to get this thing done. You'd rather be up 6 than down 6
Yes,
at that
you
point.
would.
So people are like, well,
Yes,
it's
sir.
not a game. I'm like, well, which would you rather have? Would you rather have been Virginia or would you rather have been Ohio State? The current outcome being no notwithstanding. And anybody in their right mind would say, well, give me up 6. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, and you're playing a really good team. You're like, man, that'd been a great non-conference win where it looked really good. Nationally televised, people are watching. You let it slide away.
And then you scored 2 points in 9 minutes.
Yes.
Like, that was the thing, too. It's not like UVA ripped.
Reminds me of my 6th grade basketball team.
Right.
Got a 10-point lead at half, scored 1 point in the third quarter. Sounds good, guys.
And it wasn't like UVA ripped off 3 or 4 threes to where you went up 6 to down 4 immediately.
No, it wasn't like that at all.
It took them forever to take the lead. They weren't exactly scoring. And, hey, credit to Ohio State's defense, so you got to give them that. But it was just like, man, they were hitting a point where it's like 2 buckets here could win this.
Yes.
And they just couldn't
Find
get
a bucket. You got to find it. You got to search.
Just one.
But the guy who can search out buckets when he's hot, Mobley, Judy
He'll
Mobley's
fire.
out. Here is what Diebler had to say about Mobley's status.
We're confident he's going to be back before the end of the regular season. We're not sure exactly when that's going to be. So all signs point to a return before the end of the season. How quickly that'll be, Steve, we're still waiting to figure that part out.
Need to return, what, Tuesday, Wednesday?
They host Wisconsin tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yes.
Yeah.
That's when we need Mobley. He's not going to be
They
back
need
for
that would be a nice win.
I know.
That might be a must win.
That
I'd
might
argue.
Because I don't know
Like
how many
a
other
home
ones
game
All right, here we
against Wisconsin, who's good but not great.
Host Wisconsin at Michigan State.
Ooh, ha. Be nice.
That's where it gets tough.
That's
it's
aspirational.
If you
That's
told me they
aspirational
lost
wins.
tomorrow night to Wisconsin but beat Michigan State, you're like, okay.
I'll take it.
But that's a tough hill to get over.
At Iowa.
That would
Another quad oneer.
Iowa is currently tied with Ohio State in the Big Ten, both with 8
That's what I'm
6
saying.
records.
That's a team that's like kind of equivalent to you as far as the NCAA appearance when they start doing these evaluations. So you need to beat teams that are like you. That's at Iowa, not at home.
27 in net rankings for the Hawkeyes.
Okay.
So.
Host Purdue. Number 11 Purdue.
Aspirational.
Okay. At Penn State.
That should be a win.
That is one
that pretty much has to be a win.
If you don't win that one, those aspirationals have got to all become realities.
Penn State 2-13 in the Big Ten.
Yes,
And
they're
then-
not good. They're not good.
And then also host Indiana, 8-7 in the Big Ten.
That's
Okay.
another one.
So if we beat Indiana, Ohio State. Sorry,
Those are the last 6 games.
Those are the last 6 games.
All right,
Beat
I'm going
Penn
to
State
take.
and
I'm
Indiana.
going to take Purdue and Michigan State. If you can get one of those, if you can, especially like to be at Michigan State would be a dream. But if you can get one of those,
Dale Bonner, where's he at?
Wisconsin, I think is winnable. That is a winnable game.
Yes, it is.
At Iowa is a little bit tougher. Penn State is like I'm going to put Penn State as the
At Penn State's tough. Ohio State always struggles at Penn State.
That's fine. They can struggle all they want.
It was close when they hosted them.
I know.
Last month.
I know.
Or give or take.
Yes.
So
that's fine.
So
I don't care how
they have
close
to win it though. I mean,
yes.
let's
Okay,
call it
3-3 gets them to that will get them to 19 and 12.
I'd like to have that.
That will get
fourth.
them to 11 and 9 in the Big Ten
That's above,
going into the tournament.
That's above 500.
Above 500 in the tournament.
You can only lose one game in the tournament, so you're going
Right.
to at least finish with an
Yes.
above 500 record. I would really like to have 20 wins going in there.
Going
and
into the
be
Big Ten
12
tournament.
and 8.
Yes, that'd be
I think
nice.
that probably
I think
puts
they
you
can
in
submit.
there.
I think it does also.
So if you can find a way, Penn State, we'll say, you got to win all 4 of that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're always
Protect
4-2.
the shot.
Right. Defend NWA, Bob.
They don't play down there, and that's
I
not a
understand
real
that
place.
still, though. We can do it, though.
Maybe they should play tomorrow night's game at St. John's.
Let's do it.
Well, they have a weight room equipment down there now. So.
Volunteers. Come down if you help me with equipment,
Wisconsin,
you get a free
Penn
ticket.
State, and Indiana, I think, are must wins.
And here's the thing about
You got to find a way of the Michigan State, Iowa, Purdue. Can you give me one of those 3?
Yeah.
If you give me 2 of those 3,
then they're now we're cooking with gas.
I think 19 might get you in if you have a nice
2 of those 3, yeah.
Yeah, you would trade a Penn State loss for a good win because Penn State's still a quad 2 loss.
Yeah,
and
but
that wouldn't
if
be
you
the
could
end
get
of
a
the world.
Michigan State or a Purdue in there,
or both,
both, that'd be pretty sweet.
I will say too, for whatever
That would be like the team last year. You'd beat Purdue and lose to Michigan State
Right,
the
yeah.
next game.
Yeah.
you beat
Like that-
Maryland, you
Blown
beat
out,
Purdue,
yeah.
and
Lose
you
to
have
Penn
some
State
bad
by
losses.
30.
So I wrote this down here. So not only does Ohio State need to
Gosh, that
win some of
Virginia
those
game would
games,
have been really nice.
but so Northwestern, this was as of last night. I don't think this has changed too much because I don't think they played any overnight games, if I'm not mistaken. Northwestern's number 78 in net rankings. If they can get to 75, that becomes
Good.
a
Now
quad one win.
we're cheering for other teams.
You beat them. So West Virginia's 54.
Okay.
You beat them in Cleveland.
Yeah.
If they can get to 50, that's a quad 1 win.
Okay.
UCLA and Southern Cal have too far to go, so those are pretty much washes. That's not going to happen. Wisconsin's 33 and Indiana's 31.
There we go.
If they can get to 30, so there's a lot that needs to happen
Yes.
and a lot that can happen. But if you can go 4-2 down the stretch and kind of win the 3 games that are most reasonable, get one of the 3 against Sparty, Iowa, or Purdue. And then if you
There's
can
the
get
math.
like you probably don't need all of these teams to end up as quad 1s, although that would be ideal. But if out of the Wisconsin, Indiana, Northwestern, West Virginia, if you can get 2, you could be waking up a month from today, which is a day after Selection Sunday, so we'll know 1 month from today. But you could be waking up maybe that Saturday, Sunday with 3 or 4 quad 1 wins instead of 1 or 2, which obviously would go a long way.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
I mean, you could end up at 20 wins, and at 4 quad 1
Maybe
wins.
you'll win 'em
now
all.
that's, you know what, Bob? Well, don't let them win tomorrow night.
They're dangerous then. Here's Jake Ziebler talking about the loss hurts, but Wisconsin on the horizon.
There were some areas we were better today. This is an elite rebounding team, elite offensive rebounding team, and we battled really hard and did a good job on the glass. So there were some other things I think that we'll take from this to say, okay, we showed some signs of growth. Clearly, it wasn't enough, but this is the best time of year. It's It's a blessing to be playing in high-level games right now where every game matters. But our focus has to be on getting better and getting as prepared to play tough and together and execute against our next opponent, Wisconsin. We can't look beyond that. There's a lot on all these games. We know that, but we got to keep the main thing, focused on what's ahead right in front of us.
That's it.
I mean, it's a privilege to be. Listen, you could be playing in games that don't matter.
Right. Exactly. Look, I've got
If
Jackets
you go
games that matter.
3-3 down the stretch, you're in pretty good shape.
Yes.
4-2 is really where you'd like to live.
I would say 4-2 might be pretty good. 3-3, you're waking up Selection Sunday.
Well,
3-3,
you're going into the you're going into the tournament.
That's true.
So
You got to get a 20th.
You got to get a game.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe 2.
Sean makes a good point in the chat. Wisconsin coming off. I believe they beat Illinois last week and then destroyed Michigan State. But hey, maybe they come in a little over their skis.
That's how it goes, though.
Yeah,
Usually,
right.
you see these
Seriously,
the Big Ten's really good.
It's in
man.
Columbus,
Wisconsin. Their time is over.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired.
Right, we're talking about
what a great
Badgers
basketball team the Badgers have. Screw 'em.
Ohio State women. It's a tough loss yesterday. Losing at home, they're 8th in the country. Maryland's 20th. Maryland's a very good team, but losing a 19-point lead at home is
Would you
tough.
rather would you rather be at a neutral site and have a 6-point lead and give it away, or
They had
at
an
11-point
lead in that game against
I
Virginia.
know,
Yeah.
but like later
Yeah, I
they've got
gotcha.
the 6-point. Or would you rather have a 19-point lead and give that away?
I got to believe the Ohio State men on the better end of that one. Here's McGuff talking about the loss to Maryland.
Well, tough one to lose. I mean, give Maryland credit. I thought they played really well, and ultimately they beat us on the boards. And we gave up 22 offensive rebounds. I thought that was the difference in the game. They had 17 second chance points to our 6. And so, you're not going to be able to beat a really good Maryland team like that.
Ohio State's schedule down the stretch in the Big Ten, by the way. After that right there, so they play number 20, Maryland. They also have to play USC. They play number 7, Michigan, and they play number, I think, 11, Michigan State on the women's side on the road to close things out. They got a tough road there, but still looking like being a top 4 seed in one of the regions, so top 16 overall, and get a chance to host home games. I love the fact that the women's basketball tournament does that, Bob. Those atmospheres are fun when Ohio State's hosting.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome. The hosting of those games is tremendous.
And I know you can't do it with men's, but the women's thing, though, I think it's a really cool thing they have there.
Yeah, it's great. And so that's the goal, aspirationally. You get a home round, get a home
First
home
2
site.
games.
Yeah, hosting.
And you know where the 2027 Final Four is, Bob, right?
Defending
it's
NWA.
It's all that.
NWA. And
That'll be nice.
We got that. Then we got the Olympic soccer in 2028.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here in this little cow town we live in. Bob, you mentioned Ohio State beating Michigan State. You said in their dreams. I pulled a muscle last night in my dreams.
I don't know how that happens.
Well, and you know what? Maybe the chatters can help out. Maybe my 2 friends right here can help out with me. Twice in the middle of the night, I was falling in my dream.
That sounds terrifying.
And so I jarred myself awake to break my fall each time.
In real life or in the dream?
No, I did. Like in real life. Like I woke myself up bracing for the ground.
And you realize Heather just pushed you out of bed.
You assume we share a bed, Bob. I haven't filled you in on that. No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway,
the little
Yes.
The little bench at
I'm
the
on
end.
the end. Yes, there's plenty of room there. You can stretch out. But Bob, so twice, the second time, I felt a little twinge in the groinal area. So
that was the dog.
Fake falling in my dream. I pulled a muscle.
I had a dream one time when I was playing in Dallas. You know what? I would recommend this to anybody. If you really want to have you ever seen Inception, Bodie?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Did you enjoy that movie?
Oh, yeah.
So there's this vitamin you can take. That's what it is. Before bed. It's called ZMA. It's zinc, magnesium, and I forget what the A stands for. But it gives you like the most vivid dreams ever.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah.
I need to do that.
I don't know. You'd probably choke yourself on your CPAP that off. But like it literally, we joke, people that I've had take it, and Jose Canseco, I read about in his book, and then I started taking it. I need to get back into it. It really helps your sleep and go into some deep REM. Yeah, it's good. But
your dreams, it feels like you're in an IMAX theater, actually in the movie, participating. Yes. That's what my buddy Joe, he would, I've talked to people like, dude, it's like Inception when you get in there. And I mean, the stuff that happens, and to the point where I woke up, I was in a fight trying to save my life. And I woke up and I had my hand on my wife's face and was like smashing it into the pillow. She's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. I have
You
no
told
idea.
her?
Told her. She knew because she would hear me talking in my sleep. And she's like, this is getting a little much over here.
Where can I get that stuff?
You can buy it at any store.
Any store. What's it called? ZMA?
ZMA. Yeah.
Let me check that
You
out.
can order it. It's not expensive either. I mean, you can go get it online.
I'm not, no, don't.
I know my kid. I told my kids the point, but I'm worried because my family, it's a genetic thing, like sleepwalking and
like Dale and
basically.
Right.
I mean, dude, there was some scariness. Oh, I used to sleepwalk all the time as a kid. One of my kids, they sleep talk all the time. And I'm like, what is going on in that room? And I go in there and I'm like, go to bed. And they're just talking to
having a
themselves,
conversation
just asleep.
with
Oh,
who?
yeah.
Who knows?
Exactly. Dale Dobeck.
Of movies, I started to watch Sinners.
Oh,
nice. Did you get to the concert?
They were playing when they first turned the people back. That's when we had to
Oh,
shut off as kids.
that's
when
well.
they first turned them away.
That's where it starts to really get
so wife and I've
interesting.
got to turn. Yeah, wife and I've got to. We're going to pick back up on it, but yeah, that's where we stopped.
Make sure the kids are in bed after that.
Yeah, that's why we had to turn it off because the
Caleb's
kids
like,
came back.
this is kind of scary. I'm like, yeah, it is, buddy. You might want to go to bed here. That is not where I thought it was going to be going. That was the point where it started taking that hard right, and I'm like, this is not how I envisioned
ready for this.
Yeah.
I want you guys to understand that I'm going to finish watching it, but for my liking, a little slow.
It picks up at that point.
I could see where you'd say that.
You know, like Gladiator slow. It was like Gladiator slow.
Gladiator was not slow.
Yeah, Gladiator was always like.
I'm just saying that. But I kind of I'll watch it, but it's like I'm watching it, waiting for more to happen. So you guys are saying it's going to pick up now when I.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I mean, what's it? A 2-hour movie? I'd say last 45 to an hour. You're rolling.
There's a lot there.
Downhill.
A lot there. And then I also watched them more or less twice because I watched Courtney fell asleep on Saturday night. The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the precursor to Game of Thrones. And they're like just a little half
Heather
hour.
started watching that, yeah.
Has she seen Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Well, then she'll like it. I really enjoyed it.
Games of Thrones.
And I didn't watch last night's episode because it started at 10. I was like, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. But I'm going to watch it tonight. And they're only a half hour. There's only 6 of them, which I thought there'd be 10. Very disappointed in that. After I researched it and find out like how many episodes are there, I'd watched 4. I'm like thinking I've got a full lot coming up. And they're only a half hour, so you just like 34 minutes, bang through them. And dude, they were really good. And there's a nice little twist on the one from last week. It had one of the highest ratings that they'd had. So it was really good stuff. I know Bo, he's my huge Game of Thrones guy. And I've watched everything there is on it. I've read a lot of stuff on it as well. But that was really good. So anybody that is a fan of the Westeros, Essos, little J.R.R. Martin storylines. It's good. And it's fun because I've been talking to some of the guys, Peyton Pierce at Ohio State, their linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
He started watching Game of Thrones. And he'll like watch them in between class, which I don't know how there's a lot there. When you just watched a bunch of people get brutally executed, now you're going to sit in a class and just like pretend to learn. I'd be just thinking about what I just saw for the last hour. Yeah. But he'll be texting me when he sees stuff, and I think he's almost caught up now. And he's like, "Have you seen the other ones?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, buddy. I've watched everything out there. I've watched the Game of Thrones series, the whole thing, probably 5 times, 6 times. So it was good. So that was another one that's good."
Got a prediction for you.
What's your prediction?
By the end of the year, we will have some athletically superior beings among us. We'll do that next Morning Juice.
I slept in a lot of different rooms, different beds, but none of them really felt like mine. I spent 14 years in foster care, mostly in group homes. And I never had much left because I always had to be ready to move. Why get things if you just have to let them go?
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a forever family and a permanent home of their own.
Now I have my own room with walls that tell my story. I love hanging out in here. I play dress up with my sisters and I sing and make videos. But the best part, knowing I'll always have a place to go and a family that loves and supports me.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Mike's off there, buddy.
Yes, they were.
Thank you very much.
Now, did the audio go through?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I don't know.
Read my lips, no new taxes. Bob, I saw this story and I thought of you. And this is why I think you will see some genetically superior athletes.
I hope so. Is this the steroid Olympics?
No.
I like that. I cannot wait for that.
They ran out of
condoms at the
I was going to say protection.
Well, that's what it was.
I understand that, but I'm trying to. I don't know if
they
kids
ran out
are
like
listening.
3 days in, which was amazing.
Which is, yeah, it's incredible that they were out that fast.
I'm going to let you I'm just going to paint a scenario for you guys.
Please.
Most of the people that go to the Olympics are not in contention to win a medal.
Okay.
And especially if you're going to go there and play, like if you're playing a team sport and you're not like heavily involved, all right, well, you're going to go have some fun and enjoy life anyway. But I mean, most of these people, it's not like they come in from these countries where they make a ton of money anyway. And so they're going there, and most of them are between the ages of probably 20 and 30. And some people may have like constraints in their life. A lot of them, it's like they've.
You mean like just mental or like emotional, not like
constraints,
physical constraints?
Meaning like
handcuffs,
relational constraints, and just people that are dependents, if you will.
All right, that's fine.
So I joke with the guys at Ohio State. I'm like, yeah, I've got 4 people that rely on me to feed and clothe them,
5
and provide housing and stuff. What does that mean?
I'm riding your coattails. Go ahead. I'm saying 5. You include
sure.
me. You can claim
no, I'm not contractually obligated by the United States government and the state of Ohio to do that for you.
But fine print.
It's like, so I would like to be able to do a lot of things, but there's stuff that I have to do to make sure that my children are taken care of. But a lot of people there, I'm like, when I was in college, those things weren't even a thought or in existence. So these guys, when they go there, they've been training their entire lives for this. And many of them are just going to go to one Olympics. And even if they do come back or going to try to go to a second, like, you're not worried about something that's happening, 1,500 days from now. And if you're done with your events 3 or 4 days in, I think you get your room in the Olympic Village the rest of the time. And it's basically like college meeting like spring break. In this case, some sort of winter holiday over there, and go and enjoy themselves. This happens every year. It's not like this is or every
4 years.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah, 2 years now. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on the location. You know, I mean, this is what it is.
There's 2,871 athletes in Italy. 2,871, Bob.
Yeah.
And there were fewer than 10,000 devices available.
Prophylactics.
There we go.
It's assuming people didn't bring their own.
Well, I'm saying, so fewer than 10,000. I'm just extrapolating it out. That's about 3 a man or woman right there.
Yeah.
And they're already out. So good for them. They said at the Paris Olympics, there were more than 10,500 athletes, and they handed out approximately 300,000 modes of protection.
If you look at this, if you look this up, buddy, you might want to look at it. I think it's the Beijing. I think it's the Beijing Olympics.
There were 4 given out. They returned 6.
No, there was a Beijing, and I want to say if it was, look up like cardboard box beds, and they.
You got a year for me?
I don't know. It was like 2008. I don't know.
Okay.
Just Olympics cardboard box bed.
Cardboard. You're right.
And
I remember that. Yeah.
They started, I think maybe.
Anti-sex beds.
Yeah. Yes, where they were like cardboard. You could sleep on it with one person. If you put a second person on there, like you're sleeping on cardboard boxes under the mattress, so it like collapse into the ground.
Why is the luge in our room?
The 2-dude luge?
Right. Why is that here?
So was Jan on top of you the whole time? That's what she said. I'm sorry. What did she say?
How long were you under Jan? How long were you under Jan
That's
for?
What she said. I'm sorry. What?
What?
So
line? What he's asking for his line?
Then they go to the recorder.
Oh,
and she's like, Michael Scott. That's what she said. So and so. What?
That's what
who said.
So Bob,
but the beds. So that's how that's the other option is you go to the cardboard beds, the freak proof beds.
You got a picture of these?
Oh yeah, they're just like cardboard boxes stacked underneath.
That's tough.
But that's but this is not surprising at all.
Okay, so I'm curious then, Bob.
I don't know. We had our one because Whiskers over there. Our one male figure skater that I watched on Friday night. Cough it up, whose parents
quad
god. Yeah, and pulled out of a couple, fell down on a couple of his turns. His parents were both Olympic figure skaters out of the Soviet Union.
Oh.
Did the only right thing, moved to the United States, moved to the land of liberty, and live here now. And they tried to prevent him from getting into skating as much as possible. It was tough, and it was hard to see. He finished 8th, which I think that was a little steep. He probably should have been in the top 5 still, but I watched a lot of those guys falling.
Bob, how do you think there is like one central point where you have to go to sign out, check out, get the
check
condoms?
Out implies that you'd be returning them.
I understand. Sign out
like
also
a library
means that.
book, like a library book, you know.
But do you have to go there? Like, is it?
Check out.
I don't know.
Do you think there's
they may just have a box.
One stand?
I may just
because then people do like the trick or treat thing. They'll grab a handful,
what do you
knowing
think?
they don't need all those.
Exactly. Well,
I'm
knowing. What do you mean?
Most I'm saying, but Bob, like, I'm wondering if there's one of those.
Take
that's
2.
Like,
they're small.
It's like, hey, you already got one 3 hours ago. You got to wait till 6 hours expire before you get your next one.
So maybe for you, but not for me.
Do you have to say like, okay, I need 2.
So I've got great recovery ability.
That's what. So I don't know. Like, I wonder what the procedures are. I would
love
to know.
These are young people in the prime of their lives.
Some are.
Prime
Lindsey
athletes,
Vonn.
too.
Lindsey Vonn.
Still, I mean,
prime.
Relative to you, she's young and in the prime of her life.
I don't.
She's a year or 2 younger than me.
Neither one of us medaled this year.
That's true.
Okay. Neither one of us finished our race this year.
But well.
Okay. One of us had to be airlifted. One of us just came into work. How about that?
That's true.
So I'm not besmirching her. I'm just
One
saying.
of you was dating Tiger Woods, uncertain about the other.
Oh, I've got a great Tiger Woods joke for you that I'll tell you later on.
I thought you were going to have a great Tiger Woods story.
No. Well, it is a story, but it's not that one though. Anyway, did you consume much of the Olympics, Bob, this weekend?
We watch Olympics every night. If you're not watching the Olympics, you're not an American. And I know that you probably don't. You probably sit there and watch. Oh, I should have sent my son over to your house. He was watching. Sunday was watching the Super Bowl 34, I want to say, with Tennessee and the Rams.
And the Rams, 20-16, yeah.
Watching that, I'm like,
that would
let me tell you how this is. This is really good. Let me tell you how it turns out. It's like, no, this is
Pretty fun.
Oh, it was good. Of all the Super Bowls that you picked, you stumbled into a pretty good one.
That's a good one to watch. Yes. Admittedly, I haven't watched a lot of Olympics, Bob, but it's not anti-American.
Why haven't you watched the Olympics? What else are you doing?
I haven't watched a lot of it. I just living life.
At night, the Olympics are the only thing that's on. There's only just trash out on right now.
I did the indoor golf thing from 6 to 8, came home, did show prep, and then went to bed at 9.
Playing indoor golf on a simulator, I guess it's cold outside.
Did you walk 18?
Well, we only 4 of us for 2 hours. We got 9 holes in at Pebble Beach. But my next recommendation, though, is that they get golf carts there so we can drive up to the screen to pick up the ball and bring it back. So we don't have to. It'll maybe speed up play out there. But
Marshall gets you for pace of play.
That's the thing I want to have real virtual golf, like in these reality things, these virtual reality things. I would like to have like a ranger come up and say, "Hey, you're playing slow," or something like that, or have a cart person come around. You got something?
A cart person come around?
Yeah, like a fake one in the screen.
Oh, I think
it
meant like
real.
a bev cart person to like come around and give you beverages.
No,
as if you couldn't just walk to the bar.
That'd be great
right
too.
back behind you.
That'd be good also.
Yeah, so it may. So you got back at 8. That's when.
Then I did show prep until 9.
Show prep. This was an hour's worth of show prep.
Bob, it's award-winning, Bob. Have you seen the detail I've gone to?
Limited.
Unlimited, Mr. Unlimited.
Oh. You could have done that while watching the Olympics.
That's fair. That's probably fair. I could have done that.
Yeah. Or the NBA All-Star game.
I was not watching a single minute.
Mr. Unlimited.
I'd say I watched that whole first
game, first
quarter.
12 minute.
Yeah, the first 12 minutes.
First game of the fourth.
My wife goes, "What's going on now?" I'm like, I'm not going to take the time to try to explain it to you. Let's just flip the channel and watch some Olympics.
By the time I do.
But I actually watched it, because Wemby played hard.
Wemby went out immediately.
Kawhi
was like,
played well,
I'm going to play hard.
From what I saw.
Yes. So I'm like, okay, you're watching this team play hard. Like you said, it just takes a couple of guys because nobody wants to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not going to let him go score on me, or wait, this guy's just going to steal the ball. Wait, did you not get the memo that this is supposed to be half speed, just fun times?
It's like 5-on-0, son.
Yeah.
Wow, watch this. And by the way, the guy who's playing the hardest is an alien, and he's like 7'9".
So my wife goes, "How tall is he?" I'm like, "I don't know, like 7. He's over 7 feet. He's taller than that." I'm like, "Well, I said over 7."
Right.
It's like 7'3", something like that.
7'3", 7'4", yeah.
I was like, he looks taller because he weighs 147 pounds.
Right.
Like, he looks taller than Shaq, but I think he's probably around what Shaq's peak height was. He just weighs 150 pounds less than him.
Yeah.
Already figured that Wembanyama would be a great football player.
Why is that?
Because he's tall. That's what I said already. Listen, yes, he's tall, but he's also going to get hit.
There's a lot of ribs there, Coach.
Yeah, he's also going to get hit a few times, yeah.
Not that he couldn't be good, but that would be a very physical situation for him. Do you need a bank that truly values local business in this town and the opportunity to work alongside them as partners? Whether you're a small business or a large operation, Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area and will help you reach your goals. So whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank has a solution that they can tailor to fit your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in to get to know them at 6300 France Road. Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well done as always, General. Coming up next, we will wrap things up, tell you what's got us juiced. Morning Juice.
What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy Birmingham Berm from the Austin and Berm Show here on 97.1 The Fan. I hit maintenance after dropping 35 pounds on Awaken 180, and I'm not going to pretend that I don't feel different, because this is the first time in a long time I've actually reached a goal that I set for my physical health instead of just talking about one, thanks to Awaken 180. I'm under 200 pounds for the first time in 25 years, and that's not a small thing. I didn't have to muscle my way there either. The Awaken 180 coaches walked me through it. Every adjustment, every tweak. They made it simple. Honestly, it was easier than I expected. This now feels like momentum. I'm in maintenance mode, and I'm not guessing. I can have pizza. I can have ice cream. All the things I used to love are back on my menu, but my metabolism is firing on all cylinders. The difference is my body doesn't crave it all the time. It was a mindset change and not a Band-Aid. That's the part that changes everything. If you've been circling the same goal for years, maybe you don't need more willpower. Maybe what you need is what I had, a plan, a coach, and a system that makes it easy. Awaken180weightloss.com.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, Hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them, safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together, all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
If you're looking for the inside scoop on the Buckeyes, you've come to the right place. This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice, final segment of the program. Tower cam looks great over there, Bodie. We didn't have sound earlier. Other than that, though, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Got a lot of fog rolling around the air there this morning. Weather alert day.
Weather alert day. Bodie, let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Bodie, today is Monday. I think that means Bobby goes first.
Oh, just reading some stuff. So Southwest Airlines, have you guys ever flown Southwest?
Lots of times.
I feel like I probably have, yeah.
My favorite.
So they never had the assigned seats. So they've gone to the assigned seats, like everybody else. And I guess people now looking on the internet not happy with it, which it's a big change. I get it. But yeah, that's interesting. That's why I'm flying tomorrow. I don't fly Southwest a ton, but we'll be flying that down there. So that's interesting. First Sunday we had without sports in quite some time. We had no basketball on Sunday. My daughter didn't have lacrosse because she's got her high school tryouts here this week. We had our sectional district swimming on Friday night at Upper Arlington, and my oldest son, RJ, made it to districts. Those will be at OU this Saturday morning. So excited for him. I will unfortunately not be there. My wife's going to be down there, though. And I told him, I go, buddy, you'll like the pool. It's a place that I swam at a lot growing up down in the natatorium down at Ohio University. So that'll be a lot of fun. My sixth grade son, Cullen, they finished up their basketball. They had a close loss to Gehanna. They were up by, it's coaching, up by 10 at halftime is 19-9. Scored 1 point in the third quarter, 5 points in the second half overall. We were prone to scoring droughts. Play a lot of defense, play really hard. If we're not really running and gunning, we have a hard time in half-court offense at times. So,
are you a head coach or assistant coach?
Assistant. I've always been assistant with that. So it was good though. It was they played a team. They had a pretty good year. I was like, hey, if you would have I told the guys they were down 4 and going in the fourth quarter. It's like, hey, if you would have said at the beginning of the year that we'd be down 4 against Gehanna going in the fourth quarter, I got a chance to win it, and they kept it close at times, and then it got stretched, and they got it back down, and maybe lost by 5 or something like that. After all, but they played hard. Get a whistle, and it was fun. And you know what? We had so that was my son's. Well, I guess he has lacrosse, but the last one I coached, so he will be now moving on to junior high, where he'll be coached by other people, which will be good for him. And I know he's excited to be a part of it. And watched all of the 4 that were released until Sunday nights of the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Loved the Game of Thrones stuff. and excited to watch that. And I was excited because they were all really good and had a nice little tie-in with the Game of Thrones original series, which was fun, and some of the twists and turns. So if you haven't watched it and that's something that you like, I would recommend it. And they're short episodes. There's only 6 in the first season, so there's 1 left next Saturday. That will happen. And excited for the Buckeye Cruise. Going to be out there here for the next week. I'll try to get some video interviews. I'll have some audio stuff that I'll definitely get back to you guys as well. But it's a fun time for a great cause. Raise a ton of money every year with it, and it's great to see just how. I mean, almost 20 years in, 2 decades. I've looked at my life when I started going on this thing. I wasn't married, didn't have any kids. And now going on there, I've got 4 kids, 2 of them in high school, and have been married 18 years here in May. So this is the 18th cruise, or 18 years in March. So I think this is
that month right, Bob. Don't screw that one up,
I know
please.
I got the dates.
Okay.
I was married on the Ides of March. It's an easy one.
I got married February 22nd, 222.
Like Schleich said, always get married on a holiday. He got married on
Wasn't it one of their birthdays?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
Smart.
keep it easy.
Hard to forget that one.
100%. And I go, you double up every year, buddy. You don't have to worry about both things. So, yeah, looking at all the life events and everything that's happened, very exciting. I don't know if this is the 18th or 19th Buckeye Cruise, but been on a number of them, and it's been a heck of a lot of fun. Been a great ride, and I'm sure at some point it will come to an end, but just happy for everybody, Lisa Cisco and Chris Quinn, and the job that they do. We'll have some great stories. It's always fun to go there, catch up with some of my former, like my teammates who I played with, but also guys who I got to be around the program when they were there. The guys like Raekwon McMillan, who I've become, good friends with, like Jake Ballard, guys, Dan Sanzenbacher, JJ Sullinger, who was my age, but he played basketball. But we spend more time together now than even, probably ever before. And this is something that draws us together, and it draws together Buckeye Nation, and for a great cause with the James Cancer Hospital. And also the Ryan and Nina Day Fund is there. And then the current players that are going to be going on. Carson Hinsman will be a 2-time guy. I think Austin Saravelt is going. Peyton Pierce is going to be there. I think Luke Montgomery is going.
Bodie, I don't know about you. This feels like, though, just like a wonderful venue for a live morning juice show with the three of us.
Are you going to get up there and go do that in the morning? I don't listen.
I would do it, yes.
Yeah.
I would have.
Thank you.
It'd be
you
fun.
underestimate us.
Well, I would challenge
Maybe
you to
next
stay
time.
up as late as I stay up and then get up and go do it.
I didn't say I could do that, Bob.
Okay,
I'm
that's the
you're
challenge.
like one of those Olympic freak athletes coming out here in about 9 months. I'm just saying that I would stay up. I would enjoy the cruise, and I would do the show.
You'd stay up and get after it. I get after it much less than I did when I was younger. I don't know how. We do these autograph signings. My man Zeke is there, who I love. It's fun to get to see the evolution. Halfway in, and I joke with those guys that are on that national championship, the 2014 team, because I go, you guys are now my age that I was when I first met you. You guys are all like 10, 11 years out. And that's what you guys were when I was hanging around helping shepherd you. And so getting a chance to be around Zeke, he's a lot of fun. I don't have Schlegs there this year to help me contain and corral him at times, and to really just infuse him with juice and energy during the autograph signing. Because sometimes you stay up a little late and get the autograph signed at 8 in the morning, and that can be an early call.
Sunglasses, huh?
Well, no sunglasses, but it's, you're up there and you may not always be feeling your best, but you got to put it on for the folks. I said, as long as they don't know, here's some coffee, let's get it going and get it rolling. So it's very exciting to be part of that. And, oh, by the way, my daughter has her lacrosse tryouts this week. It was awesome. They had their conditioning test. They have to run a mile. They get 2 minutes, run a half a mile, get 2 minutes, and then run a quarter mile. And, that's what I said. Daughter's not a huge, distance-ish runner, more of the sprints and short-range direction. So listening to her try to plot her plan and how they're going to do this tomorrow, going to be very, very interesting and exciting, or tonight. And so I'm excited to see how that turns out for her. And also have a varsity O board meeting tonight. So got a lot of things I've got to get done before I'll be flying out. So you guys enjoy it. Have a great time. And I'll be sending back some stuff to you, Bodie, to throw on the show.
All right, let's hear from the man himself.
The smartest people in all the rooms doesn't mean anything to me. I give 2 craps about how much paper you got, and I got 2 of them. I give 2 craps, right? It's about action.
Smartest
2
man
craps.
in any room with Schlegs. I had a great weekend, guys. The weather was fantastic. That was fun. On Friday night,
How great is it just watching that snow melt, Bodie?
Oh, gosh, it's amazing. For the first time, the little side entrance into my apartment complex is fully drivable. Fully drivable. You can use the entire lane. It's fully free of use, which is great. Watched on Friday night a little bit of an older flick here, but Christopher Nolan, Memento. You guys ever seen that? With,
I have not.
Guy Pearce? It's pretty good. It's have you seen The Prestige?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, or Shutter Island. It's kind of like you're watching the whole thing and you're trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and then you get to the end and you're like, that was good. Let me jump on Reddit and see what some folks are saying because I can't quite tell what exactly happened.
I hate movies like that.
Yeah, it wasn't so lost though.
It makes you think about things.
I don't want to think too much.
I know you don't.
Just
you know what, Tito? I wouldn't finish Sinners then because I feel like.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe I won't finish Sinners. Maybe I'll go back and watch Law and Order. But I'm just saying, I don't want to. I don't want to have to. I don't like walking out of a movie not knowing, not getting it. That really is it's emasculating. I'll be honest. I had to watch The Dark Knight Rises twice.
What?
Didn't get it the first time. It's okay. I'm not judging myself.
Which part did you miss?
The very end, probably.
There was a lot of confusion. Anyway, nonetheless, but I don't like having to do that with movies. So maybe I won't like Sinners. I already don't like because it's too slow.
You got to stay. It picks up.
Yeah, it definitely picks up.
There's no breakneck pace. You'll and make sure you watch it.
Hits.
Make sure you watch through the credits.
There's a nice little Marvel.
Yes. I think I told you that, or maybe
I think you did because I don't know that I would have ever
stayed. And that's a good little nugget at the end.
Yeah. So what else has me juice here from the weekend? Went to that Saturday morning eye appointment. That was fun. Still can't really see without my contacts, so that's great. But at least God bless them, we do have contacts. So that's fun.
Yes.
And then last but not least, enjoyed a little bit of Chick-fil-A and got some pizza over the weekend because with Lent starting, those are a couple things I won't be eating there for 40 days, trying to clean that up and whatnot. So, Tito, I also did get a cookie because I'm not going to be eating junk food over Lent. So, Tito, that all has me juiced, sir.
You know what? It was funny you mentioned that because last night Pellegrini and I, the kids, sat down and Heather's like, "Hey guys, Lent's starting." I don't know what that was.
I think we're good. I think it's just our headsets are cutting out there.
It adds the context of it. But and Heather mentioned what she was giving up for Lent, and then Charlotte did, and then Arthur did. And once I heard their answers, and they said, "What am I giving up for Lent?" I said, "Nothing. It's gonna be a great life for me if you guys do all this during Lent. I don't have to do anything." We're back now, Bob.
I'm giving up work.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys.
Now it's back in. Now,
change.
it was great for a second there, Bob.
I'm giving up technical difficulties. How about that?
What's that? Take them off too.
I'm giving up technical difficulties.
That's fine. What else could go wrong today with the technical side of things? Bob, did you see? Does the name? I'll put it to you this way. We'll do it this way. Do you know? Does the name Jerome Tang mean anything to you?
Oh, it's the coach. Believe me, he was all over my feed last night.
Kansas State coach.
This morning.
They got beat.
I kept
on
saying
Saturday.
Tang. Someone's like something about Tang. I'm like, the drink?
Yeah, the Tang drink is different.
Didn't put anything. There's no other context. Like, I cannot believe this is what's happening with Tang. And I'm like,
what's happening?
I think that was a big deal. It's back in the 80s.
So they lost 78-64 over the weekend to Houston. And afterwards, Tang says, "These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year." Kind of a statement there. "I'm embarrassed for the university. I'm embarrassed for our fans, our student section. It's ridiculous. I have no answer, no words."
So that's what they said the cause was for the firing?
Because this is what it says in his contract.
Because.
in his contract.
You're losing.
You cannot cause public embarrassment and ridicule at Kansas State.
That's not him. He's saying you should. I'm embarrassed for our fans, for our students.
I would say he was including himself. In that whole sort of deal.
So
he's gonna have a hard time winning that in court if they think they're just not going to be able to pay him.
Kansas State's gonna have
Yes.
Yeah. I would also say they have one Big 12 win this year.
1-11. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that also may have played a factor in this whole thing.
in 2023, he signed a contract extension through the 29-30 season, and there's still $18.67 million on that deal.
Nice.
In his first year with Kansas State, he led him to the Elite Eight. They won 26
I was going to
games.
say, I remember them going deep in the tournament a few years ago.
But it has not been good since then for
They
Tang.
think that is what they're going to be able to
That's
get.
what
You
they're saying.
can't cause embarrassment.
That's
Bob,
luck.
Yeah.
I mean, good luck. They ain't getting that. They'll go to court. They may want to settle with him or whatever.
I think there'll be a settlement when it's all said and done.
But you're telling me that him saying that's like something that says we're not playing well enough, and we should be embarrassed. Like we've embarrassed the university with us playing. So maybe they're going to say he's acknowledging that their performance on the court provided public embarrassment. That's the argument.
That's the argument.
Look,
right
he
there.
acknowledged it. He embarrassed us with his performance on court.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. The more you think about it, that's.
I mean, I don't know what he didn't say anything like derogatory. I was waiting for something really salacious.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
he
some
said that
sort
most of
of
these guys won't be here next year.
okay.
They don't deserve to wear the uniform.
Okay, that's saying that like you're not worthy. If anything, that's I would say that's honoring Kansas State by saying we're not playing well enough to justify being in this uniform.
Yeah.
When you pull that jersey on, you represent yourself and your teammates and your university.
Yeah, I just I saw it. In fact, by the way, if you're the head coach, if you come out and say, I have no answers, that is just saying fire me.
Yeah.
That is saying I can't.
No,
I don't know what
saying
to do.
none of these guys will be back next year. The answers might be with the new players.
Yeah. You guys heard of that portal thing? Yeah, they're going to be coming and going.
I don't know, and I know Izzo's done a little bit too. Izzo calls out his players sometimes, but most of the times, I mean,
when you're Tom Izzo,
you're
I
Tom
think
Izzo.
could
You're right.
pull that
He's
off
not
a little bit
Tang,
You got
right?
like 9 Final Fours in your resume and a national
Been there since
championship.
'95, I believe. As long as he's been there, so 31 years almost, I guess, for him. Yeah, you're right. That's fair, also. But it's rare to hear a coach call out his players that strongly.
Yeah, well,
Like
they've
this
won
late in the
one
season
conference
too.
game.
I know, like this late in the season. Like I could see it early on to motivate, but if you still feel this way this late in the season,
Sometimes I've been protecting you guys all year. Time to put your big boy pants on and go take your beating publicly in the media.
I thought he saw me and you, Bodie, on that. The way he looked at it sounded very personal. I would take care of you boys all year. Yeah, so it's. But Kansas State, does Kansas State basketball have a culture? I don't remember. I mean, you granted they did Elite Eight one year. What's that?
Michael Beasley.
Michael Beasley. Name
Legend.
another Kansas State player. I know you probably can, but he's kind of stupid.
I don't know
thing
that
to
I
say.
can, honestly.
Didn't who coached there?
Oh, that was
Bill Snyder.
Who was
No.
it? No, it was Frank.
No, who came there before they went somewhere else? Who went to Memphis?
Hardaway?
No, it was before that. It wasn't Calipari. It wasn't someone big time there for like 2 years, I want to
I'm
say.
going to take a look right here for you.
You'll find it. List of Kansas State coaches. It's
What I'm
probably
looking
15 years ago now.
Kansas State men's wild card. Here we go. Let's see here. You had Bruce Weber.
Bruce Weber.
That's who you're thinking of. He was
Yeah,
there for a
there you
long
go.
time. Came from Illinois, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Tang's been there since 2022. Weber was there from 12 to 22. Frank Martin's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
Oh, I
Who ended
remember
up going
him.
to, didn't he go
Yeah.
to South Carolina or
And
something?
they made a Final Four.
I think they
one
did
year.
Final Four with
Yeah.
him, yes. Yes. Bob Huggins.
The
for a hot
Huggins
minute.
Huggins is who I'm thinking about. By the way, they have this documentary on him coming out, which looks amazing.
Looks pretty good, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I was looking at that, and I've gotten to know, like, because he was Cincinnati forever. One
Right.
of my good friends is really tight with his daughter. And, I mean, Huggy Bear is the best, dude.
Well,
He's oh, yes.
depends on who you ask.
No, here's the thing.
I don't know.
He's
that
exactly
the Catholics
he's
are a huge fan.
listen, dude, he doesn't eat fish on Fridays. It's perfect.
He's okay.
All right.
He gets a spot.
So if he keeps a cooler of cold
Yeah.
beer in the back in a truck,
right.
For recycling purposes.
recycling. Yeah, man,
Why
protect
are
the
they all
environment.
empty? Well,
Because he goes around and collects them like the bums after games.
Smart guy. He's not gonna let littering on his watch.
No.
No, that won't happen. Bobby, enjoy your cruise. Travel safely. And any content you can send us that makes less work for me, the better.
Send you guys some videos.
Yes.
Ooh,
No,
there's
just
a
make
video.
no do okay, just send
You can post videos and stuff through there,
keep
can't
them,
you?
just keep it classy. Ish.
I always do San Diego.
All right. Thank you very much.
Last year, it's unfortunate Schleggs isn't here. Last year, I did an interview with Schleggs from the sauna. This year, I would do it with video, which would have been amazing.
Bobby.
Try to get AJ in there.
Bodie, thank you.